They call it a miracle, but they don't stay to see the cost. Born where the light don't reach the ground, under a porch where the lost get found, or in a box with four wheels turning while the world outside just keeps on burning. I still seal breath coming thin, tiny wheeze in a paper-thin skin, crusty eyes that ain't seen the day, but they're already fighting just to stay. No one hears the fragile cries, no one counts the ones that die. They call it the miracle of birth, but they don't see what these lives are worth. One more litter, one more fight, four more shadows fading in the night. They call it love, they call it fate, but they don't stand at the shelter gate where tiny hearts just try to survive, and most won't make it out alive. Fleas like dust on a broken frame, hunger's louder than a name. Mama's tired, her body worn, trying to feed what she just born. Milk runs dry, but they still try, clinging close just to survive. Too weak to cry, too small to run, another battle already begun. We see the ones you never knew, the ones that never made it through. They call it the miracle of birth, but they don't see what these lives are worth. One more litter, one more lie, four more chances left to die. They call it kind, they call it care, but they don't see the despair in crusted eyes that never see the life they were supposed to be. You said you helped, you gave her a place, but you didn't stay when they needed a face. Born in a cage with four wheels turning, tossed to the curb while the world is burning. You called it kindness, gave her a chance, but you never stayed for the aftermath. Shadows in the tall grass, hisses in the dark, not born wild, just broken before they got their start. They call it the miracle of birth, but we're the ones who know its worth. Every life, every fight, every soul lost in the night. They call it nothing, just one more stray, but we remember every face and everyone that didn't survive. We're still alive, we're still alive. 25% make it through. 25% make it through. What about the rest?